We'll start with nucleic acid sequence database, DDBJ. So what is nucleic acid sequence database? Nucleic acid sequence database is a database which contain information regarding nucleotide sequences, that is DNA and RNA. There are total three nucleic acid sequence database: Gene Bank at NCBI, EMBL, and DDBJ. All the three together form INSDC, that is International Nucleotide Sequence Database Collaboration. All the three databases coordinate among themselves and exchange data on daily basis so that all the three of them are updated with the latest finding. This means that if you submit your data to DDBJ, the DDBJ will share that data with NCBI and EMBL. The format of the sequence will be different, but the accession number of the entry are consistent, means the accession number will remains the same. The format of the entry is different in DDBJ, NCBA, and EMBL. However, the accession number of the entry will remains the same. What is accession number? Accession number are the unique identification number given to the DNA or the protein sequence record in the database. There are no legal restriction in the usage of this database. However, there are some patent sequence in the database. So we will start with DNA Data Bank of Japan. The DNA Data Bank of Japan is a biological database that collects the DNA sequences. It is located at the National Institute of Genetics, Japan. The DDBJ began the data bank activity in 1987 at NIG and remains the only nucleotide sequence data bank in Asia. Although DDBJ mainly receives its data from Japanese researchers, it can also accept data from contributors from any other country. 99% of INSD data from Japanese researchers are submitted through DDBJ. The DDBJ is primarily funded by Japanese Ministry of Education, Culture, Support, Sports, Science and Technology, MEXT. This is the homepage of DDBJ. If you want to see the services of DDBJ, you have to click on services. To see how to submit data on DDBJ, you can go on submission. If you want to use supercomputer of DDBJ, click on supercomputer. If you want to see the statistics of DDBJ, click on statistics. If you want to see the training section and achievements of DDBJ Center, click on activities. And if you want to study about DDBJ, click on about us. To search, analyze and analysis and data services of DDBJ, click on services. On clicking on services, it will open up this page. The DDBJ annotated and assembled sequence. The DDBJ shares the annotated and assembled nucleotide sequence data as a member of INSDC. To extract, to retrieve data from DDBJ, click on search by keyword. If you want to see how to submit data to DDBJ, click on how to submit. There are two tools by which you can submit your data to DDBJ. One is NSSS, that is a nucleotide sequence submission system, which is the online submission system used for the small submission, and MSS is the mass submission system, which is used for the bulk submission. MSS is the standalone submission tool where you have to create the submission file and later you have to email it to the DDBJ. If you want to update data record in DDBJ, click on data update. To retrieve data from DDBJ, click on search by keyword. When on clicking on search by keyword, it will open up this page. ARSA is a search engine of DDBJ. You can quick search, you can advanced search, you can use Boolean operators or and to join the keyword. On clicking on the advanced search, it will open up various field which you can fill to make your search string more specific. These are the detail of the search field. Primary accession number that describes at the head of the accession. You can search by the multiple accession number. The accession number at the head will be the primary accession number. Then division, sequence length, molecular type, molecular form, data, date, definition, comment, keyword, organism, lineage. This all field you can use to make your search string more specific. Here I have searched by using accession number. You can search either by keyword or by accession number. Here I have given you the example with accession number Z92910. This is a search result page. You can extract your data in flat file format, in XML format, or in the FASTA format. You can click the search result page, you can download it. On clicking on the accession number Z92910, it will open up this page. This is the DDBJ format of the entry 92910. It starts with the word locus and end with double dash. Consists of two sections. The first section is the annotation section, which contain the taxonomic description, bibliographic description, and the feature table. This is the sequence section, which starts with the word origin and end with double slash. See the locus. The first is the locus name, which consists of the 6 subfields. The locus name is same as that of accession number. Then the base count, how many base pair is there in the sequence. Then the molecular type, then topology, then division, and then the date at which the sequence was last updated. Then definition, accession number, accession version, keywords, source, organism, references, features, and then there is a sequence. Okay. Then how to submit data to DDBJ? There are two systems by which you can submit your sequence to DDBJ. One is NSSS, that is a nucleotide sequence submission system, and second is the mass submission system. The nucleotide sequence submission system is web-based, or you can say it is online, which is used for the small submission. And second is a mass submission system, which is a standalone submission tool. Here you have to prepare the submission file, and later you have to email that file to the DDBJ. Okay, in the following cases, the DDBJ recommend the submission using MSS. When many number of sequence, the number of sequences greater than 500, then you have to go for MSS. When for the longer sequence, when the sequence is greater than 500 KB, and for the sequence having many features, more than 30. In these three cases, the DDBJ recommend to use MSS for your submission. In the MSS, you have to create the submission file, which consists of the sequence file and the annotation file. Here I have shown you how to submit data to DDBJ using nucleotide sequence submission system. When you go to the nucleotide sequence submission system, it consists of 8 steps. On clicking on the finish button, after putting all these 7 steps, when you click on the finish button, the sequence get automatically submitted to DDBJ. The first step is the contact person. Here you have to give detail, personal detail. Then after filling all this, you have to click on the next button. See, here I have shown you. You have to give the full name of the contact person. You have then country, then fax, phone number, institute, department. After filling all this, you have to click on the next button. Second is the hold date. Hold date means the submitter can request DDBJ to hold the sequence until publication. If you want to hold your sequence until publication, here you have to specify the date. And if you want to release your sequence immediately after processing, you can click on release immediately. After filling all this, you have to click on the next button. The third step is the submitter. Here you have to fill the कॉन्टेक्ट पर्सनल डिटेल ऑफ द सबमिटर. ठीक है, यहाँ पे क्या रहता है, जो आपने कॉन्टेक्ट पर्सन में जो भी डिटेल डाली है वो खुद से ही यहाँ पर ऑटोमेटिकली गेट फिल्ड अप. इफ यू वांट टू चेंज इट, यू कैन चेंज. And if you want to add more submitter, then you have to click on the add button. Okay, here you can give the name of the principal investigator. वो सब भी यहाँ पे आप add कर सकते हो. Then after filling all this, you have to click on the next button. The next step is the references. The next step is the references. Here you have to select the status of your paper, whether your paper is unpublished, in press, or published. According to the selection of the status, the text form will get changed. For example, if your paper is unpublished, you have to click on unpublished. Here you have to give the year, title, and the author's name. You don't know the name of the journal because your paper is unpublished. Then click on the next button. If you click on in press, अगर आप in press select करते हो, then you have to You know the name of the journal, then you have to give the journal's name, reference, author's name and year. Okay, if you click on the published, if you click on published status, then you know the journal name, reference title, volume, page number, DOI, author's name. In this way the text form will change according to the selection of your status. Okay, then click on the next button. After filling all this, you have to click on the next button. The next step is the sequence. Here you have to paste the sequence in the FASTA format. FASTA format कैसे होता है? You have to start with a sign greater than, sequence definition, then sequences. If you have more than one sequence, you can upload the file also. You can make the file where you have arranged the sequence in the FASTA format, जैसे कि greater than, sequence 1, sequence 2, sequence 3. So करके you can make your file, sequence file, and then you can upload here also. After doing all this, you have to click on the next button. The next is the template. Here you have to select the annotation of your sequence. What all feature you know about your sequence, you can select from here. Then input annotation, if you put input annotation, it will create the annotation table. And you can also upload the annotation file, means you can prepare your annotation file separately and you can upload here also. Okay, so after selecting the annotation, you can either click on input annotation or upload annotation file according to the selection of the annotation in the template step. In the seventh step, this annotation table will be formed. ठीक है, आपने जो भी annotation template step में select किया है उसी के according annotation step में वो table create होता है. ठीक है, तो if you when you put annotation, input annotation was chosen ना, आपका ऐसा table बन गया. You can click on the edit button and you can put your value of your entry. जो भी आपने, जैसे यहाँ पे 10 entries है तो 10 entries अगर आपके पास है तो एडिट बटन करोगे और जो भी उसकी वैल्यूज है उसको आप यहाँ पर पुट करोगे. ठीक है, and if you have chosen the upload annotation file, then you have to upload your annotation file. Okay, after doing all this, you have to click on the confirm button. If there is any error, you have to correct the error and then click the confirm button again. है ना, जब आपका सारा एरर क्लियर हो जाएगा, करेक्ट हो जाएगा, तभी आपका ये नेक्स्ट बटन में जाएगा. Then after you fill the entire annotation, please click confirm to check the annotation. Please click next after you correct the annotation. Confirm करोगे, फिर अगर सारी चीजें करेक्ट होगी तभी आपका next button click होगा. Okay. Now the last step is the finish button. You have done all this. The last step is the finish button. Here you can download the file, whatever you have information you have given during the submission, you can download from here also. Here is one box, extra box is there where you can describe any additional information if you want to give regarding your sequence. Then click to submit to DDBJ. Once you click to submit to DDBJ, the sequence gets submitted to DDBJ. Okay. Then after the submission is completed, you will receive this email, okay, that notify the completion of your sequence through web-based tool. This is the flow of MSS, that is a mass sequence submission system. In the mass sequence submission system, the submitter have to write application to DDBJ for the mass submission. First, they have to register for the mass submission. After writing the application, the DDBJ will send you the guideline to how to prepare the submission file. Accordingly, the submitter will make and send the submission file to the DDBJ. The DDBJ will review that submission file. If there is any correction, they will send it back to the submitter. And if it is all okay, then the DDBJ will issue the accession number for the sequence. The sequence submission is completed. After processing, after verifying all the data, the DDBJ will release the sequence to the public database. Okay, this is how the sequence submitted through MSS. In this figure, I have shown you how the data flow from new submission to release and update at DDBJ. Okay, the very first step is the now it is in the usual practice for the author to acquire accession number from the nucleotide sequence database when they prepare their article to submit to any journal. Before submitting to any journal, the very first step is to acquire accession number. Okay, for acquiring the accession number, the submitter will submit their sequence either through NSS or through MSS to DDBJ. Okay, the DDBJ will process the data and issue the accession number to the submitter. The next step is the whole date publication. During the submission, during the sequence submission, the submitter can specify that the data can be made available to public immediately or want to hold the date until publication. So this is the hold until publication. This part we have already seen in NSSS. Okay? During submission, the submitter will tell whether to release the sequence immediately after processing or to hold until publication. The third step the third step is the release of the sequence data. After processing the data, the DDBJ will release the data to the public database, which is mentioned to be released immediately after processing. And the data which is specified to be hold until publication will be released according to the principle of data release. The next is now the sequence is released to the public database. Now the sequence is availability of the release data. Now the sequence is available at FTP, get entry at in ARSA search engine of DDBJ. Okay, now the DDBJ will share that data with GeneBank and EMBL. Now the data is available in the public database. It is available for everyone. As the data is now available to everyone, the fifth step is the data started receiving the citation from the other biological databases. Okay. Now the sixth step is the feedback. If the user have any query regarding the data, now, if the user have any query regarding the data, they can ask the submitter, they can email the submitter directly regarding their query. Okay, the very last step is the update request. The DDBJ always encourage the submitter to update their record. In future, if there is any update in the source information, in the public information, in the publication information, or in the nucleotide sequence, or in the feature table, the DDBJ or the nucleotide sequence database always encourage the author to update their record in the database. So this is how the data flow from the new submission to release and update at DDBJ. Okay. So this is all about DDBJ. Now we can see how to retrieve data from DDBJ and to submit data to DDBJ using internet. For that, you have to go to the Google. Right, DDBJ database. Open DDBJ. Okay, this is the home page of DDBJ. Bioinformation and DDBJ Center provide sharing and analysis services for the data from life science researchers and advanced sciences. If you want to see the services of DDBJ, click on services. For submit your data to DDBJ, click on submission. If you want to use supercomputer for the analysis of your data, you can click on supercomputer. To see the statistics of DDBJ, click on statistics. To see the training section and achievement of DDBJ, click on activities. And to see about DDBJ, click on about us. To extract or to retrieve data from DDBJ, click on services. This is all the services provided by DDBJ. Now this is the DDBJ database submission and DDBJ. Click on DDBJ. See, the DDBJ shares the annotated and assembled nucleotide sequence data as a member of INSDC. You can search by keyword. You can see here is the guideline for how to submit data to DDBJ. NSSS and MSS are the tools for the submission. NSSS is the web-based used for the small submission and MSS is for the mass submission. To update data on the database, you can click on data update. So click on search by keyword. See, ARSA is a search engine of DDBJ. You can search quick search and advanced search. In the advanced search, there are more fields which you can use to make your search string more specific. Okay. Primary accession number, sequence length. If you know anything about your search entry, you can fill this. Okay. And in the quick search, you can use Boolean operators and or to join the keywords. If you don't know the meaning of the field in the advanced search, you can click on available field. It will show you the example. See, the primary accession number. Here is an example which is showing all this. ठीक है, division कहाँ पे लिखा होता है, sequence length, molecular type, form, date. ठीक है, it will describe you all this available field here. Definition, then comment, then keywords, organism name. देखो यहाँ पे ब्लॉक करके बता रहा है, वो राइट हैंड साइड में आप देख सकते हो, वो सारे फील्ड का को बता रहा है यहाँ पे एग्जाम्पल से कि क्या मीनिंग है उसका. Okay. So here you can search either by the keywords or by the accession number. If you know the accession number of your sequence, you can search by the accession number or by the keyword. So here let me search by the keyword cat bafna. Click on the search button. See, this is the search result page. You can extract the sequence in various format, flat file format, XML format, or in the FASTA format. You can select the search results and you can download it also. And if you want to view, you click on the accession number. So this is the DDBJ format of your entry. Starts with a word locus and end with double slash. Okay, and with double slash. It has two sections. The first is the annotation section, which consists of the taxonomic description, bibliographic description, and the feature table. Feature tables mein kya hota hai? It consists of the information derived from the sequences like gene, mRNA, CDS, exon, intron. ये सारी चीजें आती हैं. And this is the sequence part, which starts with the word origin and end with double slash. Now, you can also search by the accession number. If you know the accession number of the sequence which you want to retrieve, you can write directly the accession number Z and you can search. See, this is the search result page. See, here it is Z92910. On clicking this, it will open up the entry. Okay. This is how you can extract the sequence from the DDBJ. Next, if you want to submit your sequence to DDBJ, if you want to submit your sequence to DDBJ through NSSS, click on NSSS. If you want to submit through MSS, you have to click on MSS. If you don't know how to submit data, you can go to the guideline. So for submission through NSSS, you can click on NSSS. See here also, there is a guide manual PDF which will help you to how to submit your sequence to nucleotide sequence submission system. See, I will open up this. It's a full PDF. So it will show you step by step how to submit the sequence to NSS. Okay, you have to go on, create a new submission. It will open up this. तो यहाँ पे पूरे details आपको जो अपन अभी पढ़े हर एक स्टेप्स के बारे में, यहाँ पे आपको पूरी डिटेल्स मिल जाएगी. ओके, you can refer this. Then for the new submission, you have to click on new start submission. Start new submission, sorry. Okay, then create a new submission. See, so these are the 8 steps which you have to fill, and then the last step is the finish button. On clicking the finish button, the sequence gets submitted to DDBJ. This is the online submission tool, which is used for the small submission. For the bulk submission, you have to go to MSS. See, submit through MSS. You can click on MSS. In the MSS, first you have to register. For that, you have to write application to DDBJ. You have to register for the for submitting your sequence through MSS. Then the DDBJ will give you the guideline to how to prepare the submission file. Accordingly, you have to prepare the submission file. The submission file consists of the sequence file, annotation file, and the AGP file. After preparing the submission file, you have to validate your submission file through various software tools provided by DDBJ. After validation, you can submit your sequence, your submission file to DDBJ, okay, through email. Then you have to email your file to DDBJ. The DDBJ will check the file and will issue you the accession number. Okay, this is the procedure for the MSS. So this is how you can retrieve the sequence from DDBJ and submit your sequence to DDBJ. If you want to update your sequence record after submitting in future, if there is any update in the source information, publication information, nucleotide sequences, or in the feature table, you can update your data in DDBJ by clicking on data update. Okay, this is all about DDBJ.